it's no big deal.
A couple of the players mentioned practice being beneficial these upcoming days. Based on what you saw tonight, how do you think practice is going to be able to help?
Well, we've only, I guess I haven't looked at it. I think we've had 4 or 5 practices over the last, probably 20-some days. We played a lot of hockey, so there's a lot of things that, we can try to, that we want to, sharpen up in our game. That being said, we battled hard tonight, and that was the one thing that was missing last night. When you look at all the little pieces of the game, from guys sticking together and and taking care of one another, to pushing to get back in the game and come back. We just ran out of time and ran out of gas a little bit.
A few things on Yanni. One, what did you think of his game, given that it is his first game and it's only your fifth, so there's still a lot of moving parts. And second, going forward with a guy like him, what is sort of the grand vision you all have?
Well, great energy tonight. He brought a real boost to our lineup. He brings life on the bench. He brings the exact same thing on the ice. He was a productive guy out there. He made some plays. He created some a lot of ozone time, and did a good job with 2 line mates that he's never played with before. So that's step number 1. Now, we've probably got 1, maybe 2 practices ahead of us. So. We'll get some practice time for him with his, with the line mates that he's going to be with for the home opener.
Did you say anything after the first period? Did you say anything to his team after the first period? It seemed like everyone jumped in that second period.
Not a whole lot had to be said. We came out against a fresh team, and they were quicker than us throughout the majority of the first period. They won a lot of races. They got us on transition for one of the goals. But as the period went along, I could see us getting our legs, and as we went through the second and third, we had some tired moments, but we had a lot of good stretches as well.
Dave, you mentioned the home opener. I'm curious. Now you can look ahead to it.
Yeah.
As I asked you before the game, couldn't before it, now you can. What's the plan in terms of getting the guys in the building? Because so many of them haven't even been there. Is it first time morning skate Saturday, or are you going to get them in there early?
Yeah, well, we've talked about a couple different scenarios, and honestly, until we get home tomorrow and and sit down and discuss it, I don't know exactly what we will do. If we have an opportunity to get in and practice one time, we'll do that. If not, we'll get in for morning skate and be ready to go.
Do you give me your vision of what you expect it to be on Saturday night?
Oh, I think it's going to be a fantastic night. Just the energy and the positivity that has surrounded everything over the last, especially the build-up over the last few months, but really longer than that. I haven't really talked to any of our players about it, but I know that they're going to be looking forward to it. Coming off of a 9 or 10-day road trip, guys will look forward to getting home, having a day with their families, a day to regroup, and then it's going to be a great event to look forward to.
Can you supplement Joey DeCote and what you thought he gave the team?
Joey was outstanding tonight. He made some huge saves for us. It's not always just about big saves. It's about when you make them. And Joey gave us both. He gave us big saves, and he gave them to us at the right time.
Coach, is there any added pressure concern with Vegas did in their first season?
No, we haven't. I don't think that that hasn't really entered our mind. We've talked about who we are and how we want to build things and the things that we want to accomplish.
How long do you think it'll take you to get to know? How long do you think it'll take you to get to know the team really inside and out?
Well, we're getting to know each other, and that's that we've taken huge steps as we've gone through training camp. Again, over this 9-day road trip, there's a lot of positives in here. Even though as we walk away with a record that that we're not happy with or satisfied with, there's a ton of positives in a lot of these games. We weren't good last night in Philadelphia. We know that. We weren't what we want to be. But beyond that, we've played in tight hockey games. We've had opportunities to get points each and every night. Maybe deserved a little bit better in 1 or 2 of the games along the way. But the bottom line is that's how you get to build camaraderie, and that's how you come together as a team as you go through those battles.